All right, family. Good morning. How we doing this morning? I hope you're ready. I hope you're ready because this morning we're going to talk about is being grateful. I want to start this by being with an attitude of gratitude. I want you all to understand one thing, that when you take the steps towards change, it's hard. And without a community, without people there to support you, it's almost impossible. You don't understand the power of the circle of people that surround you. They either make you aspire to be greater, or they make you be comfortable in the life that you're in. I want you to honestly look at the people around you today. I want you to think about the people that you love. It's okay to love them, but when it comes to your success, you have to determine who is the right person to have around you and who you're sharing your dreams with. Because I want you to consider this. A lot of people that say they're your friends are there for their own reasons, and those reasons don't match the reasons that you are there. You have to be careful and protect your dream, because if you share it out with the wrong people, they'll break it while it's still small and fragile, while you're still building it, while you're still becoming who you were meant to be, while you're building the foundation. Some people don't want to see you be better than them. So even though they love you, they still will sabotage you because they don't want to lose you. They don't want to see you become great, because if you become great, what if they can't become great? I want you to understand that. And that's not a bad thing. That's their own fear. That's what they have to deal with. That's their problem. Don't let it become your problem. Don't let their roadblocks, their walls, become your walls and your roadblocks. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in other people and the people that we love that we let their journey become our journey. And you can't grow to become the person you were meant to be as long as you're hiding behind the growth of someone else. As long as your life and your focus is on someone else and not your own life and your own personal choices, you're not going to grow. You're not going to change. You need two things to live a good life: growth and giving. And for most of us, we need to grow in order to give, because we don't have that yet in life. Most of us are sitting around and we're trying to get to the point. That's a mentality. I want you to understand that. You have everything you need in order to change your life. You have the will to start taking classes to better yourself every day. You have the ability to make the choice every moment of your life to either do what you have been doing or to change your actions and get different results. So I want to ask you this morning, what is the outcome that you want from this? What is the change that you really want? I want you to think about that. What is the outcome? Because I can't give you an outcome. You have to tell me. You have to decide within yourself what you want from this. If you're here to get motivation, for what? If you're here to get entertainment, why? Why do you need entertainment? If you're here to get, that fire, why? What are you going to do with it? Don't waste the precious seconds, because each second that passes right there, each second that passes counts. You want to know why they count? We forget this constantly. We just let seconds pass by. But you want to know why they count? Because they add up. In a real fast manner, those seconds become minutes. Talk to someone that's older, someone that's lived a long time. They'll tell you that those seconds became minutes, became hours, became days, became months, became years. And suddenly, when they look back, they couldn't even recognize the life that they had lived, because it happened so fast. because you have to be in the moment. You have to understand where you are and what the outcome is that you're looking for. You know, a lot of people say, I want to be happy. What does happy look like to you? Happy doesn't look like one person's happy, doesn't look like another person's happy. See, that's one of the things that we always get misconstrued when we're talking to people about happiness and our goals. A lot of us think for us to be happy, we have to take it from someone else. That's something that's ingrained in us in a poverty mindset. Because when we look around, of course, but there's some people out there with so much on their table that they don't need it. And we need it. I want you to understand something. As long as you tell yourself you should do something, we all have things that we should do, right? Do we do them? No. We sit around and we make up reasons and excuses not to get them done. Now, when something you should do becomes something you must do, then shit starts to change. Then the choices have more weight to them. Then it's time for you to step up and become who you're supposed to be, not sit around and be the result of other people's fucking opinions of you. Who the fuck are they? Do they know you? Do they know the pain that you've been through? Do they know the struggle you have been through? Do they know what you have come through to get to this moment, to earn every single breath? You earn this. Make something of it. Think of the struggle that you went through in the past. Every one of us have struggle. What did you go through? What did you go through that you let tear you down? What trauma from your past defines your present? That's a serious question. It's got gravity to it. Are you listening? What trauma from your past defines your present? Mine started with my mom. Every relationship that I had in my life suffered after my mother because I didn't know how to grow from it. It's not a loss if you learn from it. If you learn the lesson, it's not a loss. Failure is not a bad thing if you learn how to fail forward. We all fail. You're going to fail. It's a part of success. The difference between you and most people that succeed is that when they fail forward. They learn the lesson. They don't sit there and they don't complain and they only sit there and pay attention to what they lost. No, they pay attention to what they control. What do I control in a situation? What can I do better the next time? You don't give up. You don't fail. You don't lose until you give up. Until you decide that the story of everybody else telling you that it's not worth it, it's not what you want. That's what I'm telling you this morning. If I'm telling you anything this morning, I want you to ask yourself, why? You think you may know the outcome. You think you may know the outcome. But ask yourself, why? I want $1 million, Jimmy. Awesome. Amazing. Why? What are you going to do with it? If I gave you $1 million right now, it'd probably ruin your life because you didn't earn it. You don't know what to do with it. You don't know how to take care of it. And that $1 million could represent every dream you have. You know, right now, if let's say if I want to be skinny, or not skinny, but I want to be healthy and in shape. Boom. If I just snap my fingers and instantly I was in shape, instantly I was, the body that I wanted, how long would it last? If I didn't earn it, if I didn't put in the work, how long before that donut or that, oh God, my candy bars, how long before those look good enough that what I want, the outcome that I want, the result that I want is thrown to the side for a fucking candy bar or a soda? That's a mindset. What's more important? Prioritize. I'll ask you this. Everybody always makes excuses for why people don't show up. Everybody makes excuses. They were busy. They had to do this or they had to do that. But if I was going to give you $1 million, do you think they'd be fucking late? If I was handing out $1 million and I called all those people that hardly ever show up on time, do you think those people would show up a minute late, or do you think they'd show up early because they know everybody else be early? Some of them would. Some of them are so shit at keeping a schedule that they wouldn't even show up for $1 million. But most people would. They don't value you as much as you think that they do. They don't value you as much as you value them. That's okay as long as you're honest with yourself about it. You need to look yourself in the mirror and be honest with this stuff. You need to say, okay, I need to lose weight. Why? Because when I look in the mirror, I don't exactly love the person that I see staring back at me. Strength, inside, I see it. Inside, I see the time, the effort, the pain that I've gone through to be this person, to be here to help you. But on the outside, my outside doesn't show that to me. My outside shows laziness. My body fat shows my choices that the food and the candy and the sugar is more important than me being the person I'm meant to be. That's what I'm telling you. There's so much distraction out there right now that it's so easy for you to get wrapped up in your head and think that you're trying to make a difference, but you get so distracted by the little shit. You spend so much major time on minor things that you're not making a difference. You're just doing busy work. How many people do you know? Think about it right now. Put them in the comments. How many people? Say yes. If you know someone that constantly does busy work, they seem like they're busy. They seem like they're making a difference, but really they ain't doing shit. They just got busy hands, right? They look like they're busy. They're walking around and they're doing the motions, but they're not getting anything done. Don't be that person. The difference is purpose. Action without purpose is meaningless. But action with purpose can change the fucking world. Your world. And then when you start to change your world, people will notice. People will change because of your change. You will inspire people to be better people by believing in your fucking self. Hell, I can teach you a business where if you believe in yourself enough and you learn how to construct it, you can make more money than probably any of us have ever seen. I plan to. That's what I'm doing here. That's what I'm doing daily. I'm building myself to become the person I need to be in order to be the person to help every person that needs my help. Why am I so passionate? Because I don't want another kid to grow up on the street that I could help, that I didn't help because I sat on my ass and I didn't make a fucking change. That orphanage needs to happen. There are children out there right now that are going hungry that could die in the fucking street. And where are my priorities? Video games? Hanging out with friends? Fucking Netflix? Are you hearing me this morning? I know what you do. You talk yourself out of greatness every fucking day, just like I do. You wake up and you know you're supposed to make a change, and then that story from yesterday starts to seep in and starts telling you that you're not meant for greatness, that you're just a normal person. You're right. You are normal. You're just like the rest of the people that need your fucking help. But the difference between you and them is that God gave you a message. He gave you a mess and gave you a way to show a message, to make a difference, to light a fire, to make a fucking change. God gave you that. God gave you that fire. What the fuck are you waiting for? He gave you the passion. He gave you the tools. He gave you the dream. He gave you the vision. He gave you the community. He gave you the people. What more do you need? Make a difference. Make a change. The longer you sit around waiting for someone else to give it to you, the longer someone else gets it and they don't know what the fuck to do with it. The more money someone else makes and it's not in your pocket, they don't know what to do with it. They're not going to give it to charity. They're not going to make a change. They're going to keep it and be rich because they don't know what to do with that money. You know what to do with that money. Make a change. Let your time become investment. Invest in yourself. Don't invest in somebody else. Don't invest in somebody else's future and somebody else's company. Don't put 40 hours into somebody else. Invest that fucking time in yourself. Put more work on you, in you, than you do on your job, and you'll become more wealthy than you'll ever fucking understand. But as long as you're more focused on the dollar you make than the person that makes it, you ain't going to become shit. You're going to sit around and you're going to constantly listen to the fucking excuses. If you want to make a difference, if you want to make a change, that change has to happen now. Every second. There was another one. Every second adds up. Every second becomes a minute. How many minutes does it have to become before you realize you wasted a day? How many days does it have to become before you realize you wasted a month? You see where I'm going. You make excuses, time slips away. You don't have the fucking time to waste. I'm a part with you guys on this. When it comes to the community, when it comes to the people in your circle, steel sharpens steel. Are the people around you sharpening your skills? Do they bring something to the table? Think about this. If you spend your time with 4 billionaires, you're bound to become the fifth. Energy goes where your focus flows. Keep that in mind. You want to be better? Don't sit around and wait for someone to give it to you. Make the change. Be the voice that you need to be. Stop being inspired and start inspiring. I get it. I appreciate your support, but there are people out there that need you right now. Just like you need to hear this, there are people out there that need to hear your message. Because right now, they're in deep, rough waters. And they don't know how to swim. But you do. You know how to go through everything that they're going through right now. And you know how to tell them to survive. You know how to tell them to take a deep breath, to calm down, and that it's going to be okay. But if you don't tell them, they're going to panic and they're going to fucking drown. You are the only person that knows how to navigate those waters. Save a fucking life and save one a day. All right. I love you. I'm not going to take up more of your time because it's precious. So go out there and make a fucking change. Don't wait. Grind. Don't listen to your reasons. Make the fucking results happen. Don't let it be something that you should do. Make it something you must do. So what I'm going to leave you with today is one simple phrase. I can, I will, I must. Because as long as it's something you should do, it won't happen. And when it becomes something you must, because you must make a change, you must provide for your family, you must dig in and become the person you were meant to be. Remember that today. It's not something you should do. It's something you must do. Go conquer this fucking day. I love you. Stay tuned. Pay attention and witness my growth. Love you, family.